Things Radio. Strange 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 Things Radio. Things Radio. Strange Things Radio. Strange Things Radio. Strange Things Radio. Strange Things Radio.
Strange Things Radio. Yeah, we've been talking Strange Things Radio. Gotta get this. Strange Things Radio. Yeah. Strange Things Radio. Yeah. Folks, it's that time of the year, man. It's that time of the week. It's Friday. Strange Things Radio. You ready to get strange? You ready to get nutty, crazy, out of your mind, and hanging out with Mr. James and Gilligan? Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. Missed you last week, but you know what? James is much richer now. So,
Thank you.
well, dude, listen, man. Hey, you know, and my whole week was thrown off. I was like, wow, man. You know, I didn't get to hang with the Strangelings, man, and it was just, you know, it was kind of a bummer. And but you know, I mean, I'm glad we're here now. You know what I'm saying? Did you check outside? Excuse me, outside.
You been drinking?
No.
You're there like.
I told you I got acid reflux. I've been dealing with it. You know.
So you dropped acid?
No.
You said I have
if
acid.
If that were the case, it would be like Strange Things Radio. Strange Things Radio.
Well, you just did that like 4 minutes ago.
No, I didn't. I did the usual opening. I choked on it a little bit. I choked. All right, a little bit. All right.
I'm gonna get you getting all choked up.
I am. That's what happens, man. Whenever I get on the air here and we get to talk and see our strangelings, you know, I love you people, man. Missed you last week. Hope everything's going well.
That was my fault, folks. I'm sorry.
That's all right, man. Next time, do it again. I'm going to firebomb your house. Wait, did I just say that? I didn't mean that. Did that just come out like that? I didn't mean to say that.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah. So, folks, we finally got some rain today, albeit a few sprinkles. Anything, we'll take it, buddy. I can't believe you're not seeing, with all the vegetation around here, I can't believe you aren't experiencing some of these hot fires, man.
Oh, they had those fires over at the other county, and the wind blew them in last night. And you could smell them so bad.
Folks, what we're talking about is right now Florida's in the midst, well, actually the South, I think Georgia's included as well.
Yeah.
We're experiencing a major dry spell. We're like 12, 14 inches below what's normal, okay? This is basically our dry season, but this is ultra dry. This is Africa Sierra dry, okay? Did I say Sierra? I meant Sahara. I meant Sahara.
Right.
All right, well, at least I corrected myself. You know, you got to give me that. So
before you wreck yourself.
Yeah, check myself. Shut up, man.
But hey, don't be singing no freaking songs.
I'm not. What did I sing? I didn't sing nothing because you know I don't want to check myself and
Thank
wreck
you,
myself.
Kate.
What'd she say?
She said, seems like a good co-host would have James's back. do the solo.
No, man. I got his back. He knows I got his back. You know I got your back, right, bro? You do.
Yeah, with a nice big knife.
Yeah.
Just teasing.
Dude. I wouldn't do that.
You know what?
man.
That's funny. I can't do the show without you. Like, I can't.
And me without you.
Because it's just, I don't know. It's,
Wait, am I here? La, 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 la. La, 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 la.
that's enough. You're only allowed 2 notes.
2 notes. Yeah. You know, and the funny thing is, Fred, is I don't know where the Castleberries is. I put it away for James. I still can't find the Castleberries. I have no idea where the hell it is. I know it's in my cabinet, but I just have no clue. Oh, my gosh. All he's got to do is make a look, and it's a done deal. Folks, listen, I'm telling you, this dog knows when we do the show. He knows. I think he knows that when he does the show, he gets an extra bone or 2, all right? And we've talked about this. James goes to Publix and evidently goes in the freezer section. The butcher, whatever, has these bags of bones with, like, what is it? Is it the marrow that he chews? I don't see any meat on those bones, James. Yeah. And the dog goes, Epsity dude. Wait. Oh, Eric, it away, air. All right, right down his tummy. What, CC? Put it away. All right. What is she talking about, man? All right, listen. I am a little punchy because I actually got a pretty good nap, man. I could have probably slept for another 2 hours, but I asked James, give me a call at 8:30. Make sure that I'm up. And you know what James says? Okay, I'll call you at 8:30. He calls me at 8:48. He's like, here's your wake-up call. I'm like, yeah, James, just 20 minutes late. And he goes, oh, by the way, don't go strolling in 5 minutes after. I don't want to see that. So I'm frantically getting ready. I'm looking for insulin. Can't find my insulin. And all I could hear is James going, don't you better be here. Don't you show up late. I'm like, all right, schoolmaster. I mean, make sure.
And were you here?
No, yeah, CC, I do need espresso. I do. I'm just like a couple big shots. But I have my favorite beverage that I get 2 for $1, and that is the Arnold Palmer Zero, no calories, half and half, and it's iced tea lemonade.
And how much sugar is in there?
0. That's why I put 0 in there.
Oh, that's good.
It's 0.
That's good.
So it means that you're a 0 if you drink this. But it's good. I mean, it's killer. So, double shot. Yeah, I'm with you, Kat. I mean, but no coffee for me. If I would have had a little extra time, I would have stopped by Starbucks and got a big coffee, but I didn't. But you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm with you guys. So everybody that's out in the chat room, I love you. This is going to be a love fest tonight. We're going to talk about ooey gooey, scary, snary, anything and everything strange and weird. Are we not tonight, James?
Well, yes, but particularly
yes,
the government.
And I got to tell you,
and Big Brother.
They're freaking me out, man. They're freaking me out. What do they call it? The dark state or the something state? What do they call it? The deep state, where it's like it's not anymore we the people. We're being governed by some dark entity that's in cahoots with the media. I can't stand the media. I can't watch the media anymore. I want to just go up and slap Wolf Blitzer in the chops, or Giraffe Neck herself, Rachel Maddow. Just punch her just once. Say, yeah, I'm sorry, I lost my mind. Forgive me. I'm not usually that kind of person. I don't go around punching people or being like that. It's just for some reason I want to strangle her Giraffe Neck. That's just the way it is. And I apologize because usually, James, am I a critical person like that? I'm never critical, right? I'm never critical. I don't see. Why did you give me the Frankenstein eyes? Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Let's say one word.
What's that?
And ready?
Yeah.
Obama.
I just love him. Yeah.
See? Yeah. And he says he's not critical.
$3 million for a 45-minute speech over in Italy. Excuse me.
How much did Donald
Elvis didn't make that kind of cash. I don't think the Don makes that kind of cash.
Oh, please.
$3 million. The man of the people, right?
He was the man of the people, okay. And now he's going to take.
We're not going that route. Remember, we don't do political stuff here. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I mean, we learned a long time ago that we just don't dip our toe in the political pond, because when we do, especially being down here in Bradenton, we get bit by an alligator, and it doesn't feel good. It really doesn't feel good. So, but a sucker born every moment. All right, Joe, I'm trying to figure out how the people's Look at Ra. The people's elbow. Okay. Maybe.
2020, baby.
20. Oh,
The Rock for president, 2020.
please. Yeah. Have you smelled what the guy's cooking? Is that what it is? Dude,
Hey, listen,
this is the
it's
thing.
got to be a little bit better than
if
what's
the-
smelling in the office now.
Oh my gosh! It's going to be one of those nights, but it doesn't matter, man. I'm like this. I am a patriot through and through. I wear red, white, blue, and skid mark colored underwear. That's just the way it is. That's just the kind
he
of person.
wears gray
Yes.
and a little bit of blue on the same. I'm swear to God,
This is my Friday
When I
shirt.
get paid tomorrow,
This is my
Monday. I'm going to buy you a shirt that fits.
Buddy,
I'm going to put a thing on it that says
"This is
Strange Things Radio, and you can wear it every.
dude. This is my Friday. I know, but
I want your Friday night shirt
it's-
to be a Strange
it's
Things Radio.
Wait,
sir.
do I have the Big Daddy? I don't have the Big Daddy on tonight.
But that was last week's, and we missed last week. So this week is I survived the
Shut up, James.
How you say that last name?
Snitch, yeah.
Family reunion, August 2nd,
the
2000.
The sheets, yes. So, I mean, yeah.
That's
So-
when you say the S word when you're drunk. And
Dude, you know what I've been thinking like the last hour since I got over here? Wings and things.
oh, I know, I missed it this week.
Phew, gosh. And it's just like, it's a sad thing because I'm not going to be having it for a while, you know? What?
Yes, Siri. Eric does have a big daddy.
Shut up, Jerry. Don't get him going, man. I don't want to hear that, man. No. Yeah, and wait, CC, Florida and the Gators and Texas and their deers. I'm trying to, that just like, yes, we have Gators and Texas has deers. But I don't think Gators and deers are
Folks,
basically,
I
dude,
swear he's drunk.
No, I'm not. I am not drunk, dude. I have acid reflux. It's driving me freaking crazy. Man.
That's the new how you say it? All right, folks, if you have acid reflux, don't get in your cars. Make sure you turn in your keys. No driving on acid reflux.
Oh, man, shut up, man. Come on, buddy. We got 2 hours and we're going to be sitting there doing this. Come on, man.
And doing
we were talking
dang
about
it.
cars hitting animals. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, this is the thing. Okay. If I hit an animal, I feel guilty.
Oh, so do I.
Please. And it doesn't matter if it's a squirrel or an
Squirrel!
armadillo. Yes, yeah, armadillo. It doesn't matter. Thank you, Lord, that I haven't hit a cat or a dog lately, because I'd be crushed. Especially if I got out of the car and it's whining, I would be like, oh my gosh, Although I did one time. Remember over at Wave? Remember when we worked at Wave? Remember the new building?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
remember how you kind of meandered to get out to the main road to what was that? Not Manatee, but 70? Was it 70 we had to?
University.
Okay. So I hit a snake and I stopped and I felt bad, so I kind of reversed and made sure I killed it because it was like I didn't want it to sit there and suffer. All right, I had to put it out of its misery, man. I wasn't going to sit there and let that damn. First of all, I'm not a big fan of snakes. All right, are you a fan of snakes? I don't know what kind of snake this was, but I didn't. Even though it could have been venomous and could have killed me by a single bite, even though I did nothing to the snake, I had to make sure and put it out of its misery, which I did. Which I just rolled back over and killed it. So I hope I did. I hope I did. So, see, James, I do have a heart. And wait, excuse me. I just noticed something. You're going to give me grief over my attire, my comfy attire that I'm wearing tonight, and you are wearing the nerd shirt of all nerd shirts. Folks, this is the thing. There are two things that seems to get James excited. Okay, let's just put it that way. One is Bigfoot. Yeah, and his eyes just twinkled. And then Star Wars. Now, I hear Star Wars. What's the first thing you think I think of?
Princess Leia in a
My gosh.
bikini outfit.
Oh, my gosh.
Return of the Jedi, right there next to...
Dude, right on. Dude, you hit the nail on the head exactly. Because she was smoking. She was smoking back then, man. I thought she looked most beautiful in Blues Brothers. Remember when she was tracking down Blues Brothers?
No, I don't.
Remember she had a problem with either it was Jake or it was Jake. First of all, you might probably not know this, but Carrie Fisher basically was in love with John Belushi. according to everything I could read, John Belushi could do no wrong in Carrie Fisher's eyes. He loved her, man.
Wow.
Or
I
I'm
didn't
sorry,
know that.
she loved him. Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Wow.
So just a little trivia, because people get more than just strange and crazy and paranormal here. We get trivia, we get information, because we love to give people our
Opinions.
Yeah, it's not necessarily our opinions, but we like to get information, right, James?
We do.
All right, see.
Well, that's
I
right
love
or
when-
wrong. It's information.
I love when James is in agreement with me. So, folks, tonight we are going to be talking about a subject that can be scary, especially to me. And it's just, and I say that because where I'm working right now, this company, they have the ability to track every keystroke. They have the ability to see every screenshot. They know with this software and this huge screen, they can pull up and look at every single person that's on the network. They can see exactly what they're doing. There's nothing that can be hidden. That being said, that's just one company. If we can do it, can you imagine what the U.S. government is capable of doing?
Oh, well, see, this is just my little tidbit.
And this is just a tease. This is a tease. We're going to tease you, folks. We're going to tease you. Go ahead.
So, someone just texted something and just threw me off for a second. So here's the
pizza?
point. Yeah, it was whole pizza.
Damn.
I don't think Big Brother's going to be the government. I think Big Brother is going to be big government.
Dude.
That was stupid. Wow.
Buddy. I understood.
Big
That's just
Brother
me.
is going to be big government. Big. Say it again.
You're having a problem. Dude.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay.
All right. Ready?
Big Brother is going to be big corporation because the government. What's truly the purpose of
Government? Oh, dude.
Sorry, folks.
Did she give you the finger? I got to tell you something. Folks, let me tell you something. James hit the trifecta when he married Jennifer. I'm just telling you, right? So James is kind of giving his indirect body language to kind of let Duke out. Like, let him out. What does she do? She gives him the one-figure salute. All right? I love this lady. She is so freaking cool. Oh, and by the way, I do believe, in addition to the amazing Waddle, Sherry, Joe, Fred, Kat, Jenzy, and of course the engineer, Ra, Sarge, Cece, in walks in Mr. Hauser, our bro. How you doing, bud? Hope everything's going well. Love you, miss you, man. We got to go and get some Mi Pueblo Spanish food. Hopefully you'll be in soon. I just want to sit there and say that.
All right. So I really think that the way things are going, the government's not going to be the big brother. It's really going to be corporations. Because if we look at what Google...
Wait, are we going to get into it right now?
No.
Dude, this is
You're
called
right,
a tease.
Sorry.
See,
I gave away too much.
No, what you
I
did.
gotta put it back on.
What you did was you lifted the shirt a little bit too much.
Too high.
You got to
Sorry.
wait till the second song of the set.
Then I can flash it. All right.
Exactly. Wait, did I just give it away about stripping? I didn't mean that. You know I stripped though, right? You hold about the Enrico
Yeah.
Erotico. Okay, I just want to make sure. That's how I supplement my sagging income. But what are you gonna do? So
So we
anyway.
will get into that into the second hour.
All right, so but we're going to get deep into it a lot.
Right.
I mean, we're going to talk about. Also, we're going to mention about NASA. What the hell is NASA doing? Sending up these unmanned drones. How long was this thing up there? Was
2 years.
It was 2 years, and it didn't look like a little. Zzz. This looked like a small.
It's the size of a bus.
Okay, what was in the
Unmanned.
bus?
Sort.
Round and round.
Hold
round.
on.
Wait, no, wait, that's not copyright.
Things Radio.
Dude,
Oh, wait, we're back.
you're such a geek, man.
That was a good song.
I'm thinking, little bus go round and round. You think of something else.
Right, song.
Who did that? Do you remember?
Yes.
Who?
Randy Newman.
Randy Newman.
And do you know why I know that?
How?
If you listen to the song "Sort People,"
Yeah.
it sounds just like the music when he does because he did all the Disney stuff. So if you listen to Toy Story, all his Toy Story songs sound just like that song.
Really?
And why am I echoing again?
What are you talking about? I dig it, man. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
All right.
It's cool.
That's better.
And the queen bee's coming by. You should throw the 2 fingers behind that, I think. No, actually.
Kate Craigslist, little stripper, senior citizen sinners.
Hey, Cat, how do you think I make my cash, man? That's how I make my cash. They rain it with the Social Security check. We talked about this. You know, they did increase my liability insurance, so I got to be careful, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
the deductible got higher?
Dude, the flipping around. First of all, I have to have a place that's sturdy with the ceiling to the floor where I can put my
pole.
Mobile pole, and I got to put like a little bit of padding so I don't break my ass. And of course, I got to sit there and be careful with these ladies because they're blue hairs, they're elderly, they got bad hips. I don't want to sit but I got to give them a show. James, come on. You think I don't give a show? I give a show, bro. I give a show, bro. That's just the way it is, man. All right. Why do you think we're on this show?
Because we're making the dough.
We're making the dough, Joe. Oh. And I stubbed my big toe. Ho, ho, ho. I don't know where that came from, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the only dough we're making is the donuts in the dough, because that's about all we know.
You know what? I haven't seen a single donut.
That's true. We've got to start bringing Strange Things donuts.
Dude, remember the last time we got pizza?
Oh,
the last time?
We were so...
We can't dude, basically we were on a sugar high.
Yeah, we are.
I was on a sugar high, man. I mean, that's it. I mean, I remember I listened to the tape.
I really don't think it was the pizza. I really think...
Dude, what are you freaking talking about? We've had this discussion.
What did you have before the pizza?
I did have a little bit of snack.
From where?
All right, we don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, that's where it came from. Yeah. The pizza doesn't have hardly any sugar in it. I mean, it's going to convert.
Excuse me? You got the crust, which is high dense sugar right there. That's high dense carb. But then you have the cheese.
Yeah, the cheese is protein. Cheese is protein.
Lactose.
That doesn't convert to sugar to make you high.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the nutritional part of Strange Things Radio. We're trying to help, help you with
we're so... What was
ADD. Inept. Hey, I'm not inept. That's what she said, baby. So, dude, should we go ahead and take a break? It's 10:25.
Yes, you're right, CC. Lactose is not sugar.
All right, folks. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is.
No.
Yes. Lactose is sugar. All right, CC, you should know this, man. You're the researcher in chief.
But I don't think
you
lactose
look it up.
turns into...
Lactose is sugar. It is sugar. All right, I know the Hauser agrees. Lactose, not lactose. I don't have lactose.
You don't have lack of toes?
It's lactose. Why you got to be like that, man? Our first live show back, and it's like Attack Eric. Come on,
Oh, no,
man.
I just think it was funny.
All right, lactose is an acid. All right.
There's the trip. You're on acid.
Oh, my gosh. All right, I have to sit there and say, hold on a second. Okay. All right. What is lactose? All right, hold on. I'm going to sit there and say, let's say, lactose. A sugar present in milk. It is I can't even read this, man. I didn't bring my glasses. I'm having a Jamesism. It's a desiccation containing glucose and glutatose units. Okay. I bring Hauser in. Does he support me? No. He says, think Eric is lactosing? Or lactating? Come on, man. James, I reach out to you, man, and what do? You come at me with a pitchfork. All right, what are you going to do? It's going to be one of those nights. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to have... Quick break. Shut up, man.
Folks, we're going to go get baked.
Yeah, we're going to...
On a break.
Really? Okay.
So when we come back, we're all...
we're going to be hit, man. Yeah. Cake, and we'll take our second take. And we won't be fake, and love with the chicks we shall make. All right, anyway, this is Strange Things Radio on a Para X Network, sitting in with James and Eric. We're here every Friday night from 10 until 12. Hang out with us, folks. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Strange Things Radio. Strange Things Radio. Strange Things Radio.
Yeah, Strange Things Radio here on the Para X Network, hanging out with James and having a good time. At least we're live. At least it's not a rerun. James didn't have to go all the way to Orlando. And you know, Eric, I'm on my way back. Yeah, how far are you? About 3 hours away. 3 hours away. And it's 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. We're not going to make it, bro. We're not going to make it. Let's make sure we have a decent show uploaded to CC so we could make sure that we could hear something decent. And tonight we're here and we love you.
So I think it's going to be next week.
Yes.
T Fox is going to be on our show.
Cool, man.
So I think we're going to do he's going to do part of the secret scary stories of war.
Okay.
And then we're going to glide into us and we're going to do spooky secret stories of World War II. So we're kind of blending in two shows. And he's going to cruise on over to our show. We're going to get into.
But we start at 10.
We start at 10.
Okay.
Right. But what we're going to do is, we'll do our typical 30 minutes for strange things in the news and then into the topic. So if you listen to T Fox, keep listening and you'll eventually hear him again at 10 o'clock.
All right,
Excuse me, at 11 o'clock.
See, I wish I could sit there. We walked down the hallway in this abandoned house. Turn to the right.
Oh.
Somebody left a pizza. So I sat there and opened the box, grabbed a slice. To my disgust.
Oh, disgust?
There was a roach on it.
Oh, my God.
Who the hell can eat a roach on a pizza?
Well, if you're hungry enough, you don't
That's
care.
a
You can
waste.
actually probably eat the roach
First
with
of all,
it.
I got to compliment you on your sound effects. You are a talking sound effect. Dude, tonight is just off the rails. We're already off the rails, and we're not even into the second hour yet. Folks, listen, this is Strange Things Radio. We love you. We miss you. We're live tonight. So we're cool, ready to rock, ready to roll, and do what we love to do.
So we don't have a lot of Strange Things news, but I will tell you. Remember week before, I had a Mark. Says I can never say his last name right. Zaskey, Zaskey.
Look at Genzi. Genzi just smacks me. Genzi's always good for smacking me in the chops. Eric, stop.
She's a good smacker.
Stop. Do what you do best. It's not horror. Laugh out loud. Okay.
You're right, Fred. Roaches are extra protein.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my God.
You ever seen that show? It's called Naked and Afraid. It's on Discovery. I love that show.
Excuse me. I don't have to. It's almost like you're a teenager checking out National Geographics for the booby shots, right? The tribes in deep Africa. So it doesn't matter because I used to watch PBS to watch Monty Python Flying Circus, so I can see a little booby.
Little booby action.
I can't believe we're talking about this. Is anybody
roach
okay?
milk. Oh.
Yeah. Who?
She said, and there's roach milk.
That's just. Oh my gosh. Oh, CC. Ugh. Roach milk. Yeah, I mean, James just shivered in his Star Wars T-shirt. All right,
Hold it now.
What?
Can I hum the Star Wars theme song? My favorite one. It's called The Emperor March. I mean,
no, because you just because I'd like to do the Animal House theme.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay.
All right? I mean,
we don't want to get it. We don't want anyone in trouble.
Yeah, we don't because you know what? We like our gig. We dig our gig. So, but folks, what are you going to do? Cockroach milk, though. Oh my gosh, I don't think there's a more disgusting creature than a cockroach. I'm just saying.
I think you're right because even spiders freak me out. I see the pros of spiders because they eat bugs and. There's just nothing good about a roach.
Centipedes, never kill a centipede if you find a centipede in your house. Never.
Why?
Never. Because they are nature's killer when it comes to insects. They will get silverfish. They will get ants. They will get spiders. They will kill. Oh, my gosh.
So they're like the Marines.
They are the Marines. They are badasses. That's why they have all those legs, because they grab them, they eat them, and they destroy them. Yeah, I read an article. They're like, if you see a centipede, don't squish it. Don't squish it. Centipedes are your friend. Now, what is it? The Omsben person or spider, the something spider. I used to know this thing is literally the size of your hand. I've seen them in houses down here in Florida. They don't kill them. They're not venomous.
I know. I won't kill. I just shoo them away. I just don't like the look of spiders.
Some spiders are beneficial, folks. Some spiders are beneficial, so don't kill them. Now, if I see a black widow, if I see a brown recluse, sorry. I'm gonna squish the damn thing. But like a daddy long leg, I won't kill a daddy long leg because I do believe they also help keep the pests down. Not that my house is a castle for disgusting creatures. I'm just saying.
Well, here in Florida, it's
down here in Florida,
exactly.
I mean, if it wasn't for bats in Florida, the environment down here would be intolerable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the bats definitely eat the mosquitoes.
They eat the mosquitoes. And they don't play around, man. They don't play around. And it's funny because either at dusk or in the morning, you could walk out and they just look like streaking black things in the sky, but really what they're doing is they're going on a munch fest. And if they weren't there, just like lizards, we love our geckos. Do you love your geckos?
Oh, yeah.
If I find one in my garage, I mean, I'm like, does it have a source of water? You know, I mean, I love these things. Dude, I mean, I don't really see insects in my garage because these geckos get in through the crack in the garage, you know, the space underneath. They come in and they feast, so I don't have an insect. Folks, down here, we have this little creature called a palmetto bug. Oh. Now, a palmetto bug is a cockroach on steroids. These things, and this is the thing, they get in and you don't know how they get in. I have no idea how they get it because they're so big. I've awoken? I
think so.
I woke up to awaken to a massive palmetto bug. These things are they're huge, they're disgusting, they're fast. I have no idea. And they'll be in a rental home or a big palatial mansion, either. You know, it doesn't matter. In Florida, listen, that bugs don't discriminate. They get in wherever they can get in, and it's not a pretty sight. And this is the thing, I have squished a palmetto bug. And when I squished it, what was in there was black gook. Black something. All right, same thing with roaches. So these things are eating the crap that no other creature wants to eat. And it's disgusting. So now
and for those who don't know what it looks like, go to our chat room at the ParaX Radio Network. I just posted a nice picture of a palmetto bug for those who want to get totally grossed out.
Yeah, and these things are they're disgusting. Lizard, hey, you're right, Kat. Lizards are your friends. I love lizards, man. I don't care. You know what? And if they get in the house, I'm like, let it go. I'm more concerned about the dog catching it, but I don't care about a lizard. I just don't. Not that I have bugs, but the thing is, lizards will eat spiders. Lizards will eat anything, especially the big daddies. You know what I mean? So, so down here in Florida, bugs are your friend. Bats are your friend. And even snakes down here. I mean, some of the snakes you got to watch out for. All right. This is strange about Florida. I don't think there's another state, bar Texas or California or maybe even Louisiana, that has bugs or animals that will kill you. They'll take you down.
Mississippi, some of the southern states.
Yeah.
So.
But these snakes, like a brown snake, or a black snake, don't leave it. Leave it. Because it will eat other snakes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant leave it like it's poisonous.
No. Now, if I see a coral snake or something like that, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say...
Well, if you see a black snake and it opens, it's got a pure white mouth, i.e. cottonmouth, i.e.
First of all, how many times do I talk to snakes and say, I'm just asking.
No, if he raises his head. And,
well, first of all, if I see a snake raise its head...
What is the official name of the cottonmouth?
I think you just said a cottonmouth.
No, but
you got a cottonmouth. You have what was it? What's the other one? Cottonmouth and
that's what we call
copperhead. Is it copperhead?
That's a rattler.
That's a rattler. I thought it was copperhead, cottonmouth.
I mean, rattler.
You got a rattler. You got a.
You know one thing: baby rattlers are more poisonous than full adults, and they're more dangerous because they're tiny. And the venom is so
potent
that a small baby one striking you can do a whole lot more damage.
See, this is the thing. I walk the dogs at like 6:00 in the morning. Okay, the strange things about Florida folks is we have a plethora of creatures that just walk around and flip the bird to all the human beings. That's just the way it is. You can walk. I mean, one time I was driving home down 43rd Avenue, 2 coyotes. It was like right before dawn. Okay, about maybe 10, 15 minutes, and 2 coyotes just mosey on the street. And at first, and I got so close enough, I'm like, oh, those are 2 beautiful German shepherds. And then I got closer, I'm like, those are not German shepherds. Walking in between houses.
Wow.
So, and it's just crazy. And the thing is we have birds of prey down here. Do you know that Florida has the largest nesting population of bald eagles in the country?
I didn't know that.
Pull it up. There's
170.
hawks, there's bald eagles, and that's why you don't leave. If let's just say you have a Chihuahua or a Yorkie or a small dog, you don't leave them outside. These birds will swoop in with their massive talons, just grab it. There is a video out on the internet. Someone caught either an eagle or a hawk grabbing a cute little furry kitten. No, it wasn't a kitten. It was a cat. It was a full-grown cat. And the cat, that's it. As soon as they get those talons are so strong, they'll squeeze the life out of you. And people are like, what a horrible video, blah, 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 blah. And it was just like, that's nature. What are you going to do? The cat shouldn't have been sitting there. But down here in Florida, birds they're like pterodactyls. Remember Rodan from the old Japanese black and white movie? Oh, Rodan! One of the family of monsters that were always going against Godzilla. Loved Godzilla. I don't know how we just got dude. Do you realize this is the strange things / dark tech in the news, and we're talking about Rodan, cockroaches, and
I know we just.
Folks, this is the thing. We always seem to go off the rails.
But I do got something, though.
You do? Bro. Oh, my gosh. I'm so happy. Talk to me, man.
All right. So remember last week, the week before Mark was on?
Yeah.
So Mark went out, and those who didn't know, he's a...
cryptozoologist.
Man, you nailed that.
Dude,
that was awesome.
I don't know where that came from either.
Yeah. So he has a website, and that's why I posted earlier on the website. He has cryptoreality.us. Again, I'll post that up on the...
we got to have that guy back.
So he actually posted, and I'm part of the members now. He went out to Manatee Springs.
I have no idea where that is.
It's there, southern Florida. Videotaped a whole bunch. He just he lets the videotapes run, and so then they do their thing. He caught some incredible video, just them peeking around corners. Within 20 yards of them. It's like, because he puts them around the camp and then just, cuts across you can see him walking around. You guys, so I'm going to post it up again real quick up on our Strange Things Radio. Just go to parax.com, join the chat room. And
brother, I was talking to a guy I work with today. I already listened to the show. I'm like, you know what? 10 to 1 says James brings up Bigfoot. I mean, the 2 things he loves to talk about, man. And one of them is Bigfoot.
So you guys go check out, if you guys want to help his, he does... And I can appreciate this. A lot of places like, well, why does he give it away for free? Because honestly, he takes a lot of time to do this. It takes time and energy.
Dude, he's got to pay the bills, right? He's got to,
yeah. So if you want to see some incredible video and not just stuff like he gets,
it's
faces,
not staged, it's not fake,
right? It's if you ever think there's no such thing as a Bigfoot, check out. And if you don't, let me know. I'll show you some of the stuff that he's
See, you know what, James? Is
pulled out.
It's a guy like this who is able to actually catch a video, catch evidence, but because the U.S. government, I'm sorry, the U.S. government does not want people to know that these things exist. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah, I totally
They don't want a
agree.
bunch of toothless rednecks going out with shotguns shooting up the damn forest in hopes of catching one of these things. I mean, and this is the thing, James. You got to ask yourself, why do some of these states enact legislation protecting Bigfoot? Why do they do that? Why, James? Why do they do that? These are politicians that are going off and saying, okay, you know what? Let's, just in case, so there is a possible element of believability on their part, if they're going to actually go through the process of creating legislation, going and taking a vote, a public vote, and then voting on it. I want to say it's Washington State or Colorado that have enacted laws that prohibit what they call harassment of Bigfoot or something like that.
Yeah.
So obviously they think Bigfoot exists, but I think in general the U.S. government, they don't want it. And what did he say? He said he thought that maybe the U.S. government already has multiple bodies in their possession.
And there's because they're taking certain territories and going, oh, you can't come across this.
Yeah.
Things that originally belonged to us.
The U.S. government claims
pieces of territory.
Land. Yeah, they call it land. You can't go on there. In fact, remember he was relating some of these stories of these park rangers that come in and they harass him and say, "What are you doing here?
Right.
You're not supposed to be here." And he's like, "What are you talking about? I used to be able to come on here. What's the problem?"
Yeah, they shut certain things down.
And then he'll sit there and say, "Well, what did he say? Something." He asked a question like, "You know why I'm here? We're here to search for Bigfoot." And remember he said that they play dumb.
Yeah.
Or he gets the impression that it's no big deal. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's them just trying to squelch the information. I think that's them trying to prevent word from. Let's face it, James. All right. What if you were to hear Bigfoot sighted in Mayaca City, or not Mayaca City? What was it? Is it Mayaca City? Where it's like a wooded area. There's a lot of area. What is it?
Mayaca State Park.
Mayaca State Park. This is a wooded area. People like to camp and stuff like that. But could you imagine if all of a sudden, breaking news on Bay City or Bay Shore Line?
Bay News 9.
Bay News 9, thank you.
But they already have.
They already have.
There's been video of.
Well, I know there's been video, but I'm just saying if the news, citing a massive, let's just say 25, 30 people see this thing and this thing is flipping its hairy finger out of everything and then comes out as seen video and bolts back into the woods. Could you imagine if all of a sudden they showed that? And at that point in time, this news organization decided to show this would be responsible for all these crazy people going out into the freaking woods. I mean, I think that's nutty. I think that's crazy.
So the other piece of news this week that's as sad is Chris, Cornell, the passing. So there's already rumors that it may not have been a suicide.
Dude, he hung himself.
Did he?
I'm
I'm saying this. Right now, Vicky Cornell,
his
wife,
yeah.
stating that the prescription pills played a role in his suicide. Now, so I don't know, but I've heard last day. So, but there's conspiracies about everything.
Did they say what kind of pills?
The
Xanax. Opiates? Oh, Xanax.
I think I saw something about Xanax.
Wait, is it if it's Xanax, isn't that supposed to make you go, "Hey, life's great, man"? I
mean, it's supposed to take your depression down.
Dude,
it's really for
this
depression.
is the thing. Okay, I don't get this. I don't. All right, I could understand if it's like you on your last leg, you have no reason to live. Your life is absolutely horrible. I could see where somebody would say, okay, but rich rock stars, rich comedians, rich actors that are worshipped, that are loved, that have beautiful spouses, that have wives, that have money, they have everything. And yet there is something that motivates them to either shoot themselves, hang themselves, whatever. All right, okay. I remember the day that I heard that Robin Williams committed suicide. Or at least first that he died, then we subsequently found out that he had hung himself.
Right.
He tied or basically hung himself. So I'm like, here's a guy that can be probably called the greatest stand-up comedian of all time, Richard Pryor, blah, 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 blah. Without a doubt, probably the funniest man to ever walk the planet, Robin Williams. Okay. Here's this guy, and why did he commit suicide? Why the medication side effects were suicidal too. I heard that too, CC, but I gotta be honest with you. And I told James this tonight. Okay, I think it's a little bit more than medication. I think it's deeper than that. I think it's a spiritual thing. I think that they are so bombarded from evil spirits, from maybe the devil or demons, that say you're worthless, you have no reason to live, blah, 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 and then they take their lives. That's what I believe. I just can't. I mean, Cece, this is the thing. I can't see where medication puts you in the frame of mind that, yeah, offing yourself is going to make things better, especially when you have no reason to off yourself. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Freddie, okay. All right, you're saying that it can. Yeah, maybe, but it's just like, I don't know. Well, hurry back, Gen Z. I don't know. I mean, I just can't see it, man. I just, oh my gosh. We talked about Kurt Cobain.
Right.
You thought that wasn't a suicide.
I still think it wasn't, because there's so much evidence showing that there would be no reason.
Dude, he had just gotten out of rehab, okay? Remember, he was in rehab. Then he beelines to Seattle, into his house. And then I just remember that haunting picture that somebody took from the window where you just see his legs. You just see his legs. And I'm sitting there going, wow, man. David Carradine. David Carradine. But I thought that was an auto asphyxiation, like a sexual thing that, it got a little
went
bit
sideways.
It went. Please, come on, respect, man, respect. But yeah, I mean, let's see, watched drug adverts. Some side effects were suicidal thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that. I've seen the ads for some of these drugs that they offer that's suicidal thoughts. But I don't know, man. I thought it was depressing. Then I read the article of somebody that watched the concert. I mean, he had a concert the night before that he looked weird. He looked like there was something off about him, that he did some Zeppelin tune that mentioned death or that whole situation. And then
I'm trying to think of what Zeppelin tune was that. I
don't remember. I mean, I saw this on Acid Reflux. Fred, come on, Fred. Yeah. So it was it's just sad. I read that and I'm like, why? Why? Like the guy from NXS, I don't remember. I don't remember what his name was. I mean, the man was just wealthy beyond imagination. Had a beautiful supermodel for a wife. Had a brand new baby or little girl that he loved. He committed suicide. I'm like, dude. First of all, it's just so selfish to sit there and kill yourself when you have a wife and children, and you're not going to stick it out. You're not gutsy enough. I mean, I think it's too easy to blame everything on drugs, on medication. But like I said, I think there's a spiritual aspect as well. Something that can sit there and say, "Take your life. It'll be better. Take your life." It's got to be some sort. All right, if they're suicidal thoughts, okay. We can use that umbrella, that talk about suicidal thoughts. I love Zeppelin too, CC. Oh my gosh. In Through the Outdoor was my favorite album from the group. In Through the Outdoor. But those suicidal thoughts, I think those thoughts are put there by the devil himself, by demons. Because only something like that can convince you to take. The ultimate act is taking your life. That's it. There's nothing else you can do in life other than take your life and end your life. So you can sit there and blame it on medication. You could say, yeah, the medication caused suicidal thoughts. Well, I think those suicidal thoughts are actually spawned in the pits of hell. All right, so that's, I mean, I think for the moment, demon possession. Okay, just that's it. I think people that commit horrific acts, that it's not necessarily them, but that some sort of evil influence within their mind that's saying, do this. And they do it. That's why I think a lot of people after the fact, other than the reality that they're going to serve time in prison, they regret what they did, and they probably ask themselves, how could I do that? So, yeah, Kat, yes. Blame a demon. So much easier than admitting but rap mags that support photographers hounding anyone remotely famous, etc. All right, Kat. You know I love you, Kat. You know, I mean, I'm just saying what my feelings are on that. Demons behind every rock. Yeah, Sherry. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That could cause something like that to happen. I mean, yes. Yes, that's true. James, what are you doing? James. Hello.
I was reading strange things in the news.
Oh, so you know what James does? You know what he does? He sits there and he checks out for a while. It's like, yeah, I'm going to put Eric on cruise control. We'll just let him blab for about 15 or 20 minutes. I'll take a quick nap. And, well, looky, snooky. Wow, there he is. And he bolted. Did you see him bolt?
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. So we had to, dude, it's 10:57. You're reading strange things in the news, and we didn't even take our break. Folks, we're going to take a real quick break, and then we're going to come back for our second hour, and we're going to talk about conspiracies, government conspiracies. What the hell is the government doing? What are they up to? What's
NASA? And government, business Big Brother.
Business Big Brother, right. So,
government
this is Strange Things in the News. No, it was strange. Wait, we never got the strange things in the news. Did we?
We just talked. Yeah, we did.
We're a little bit. All right, a little bit punchy. This is Strange Things Radio. Sitting in with James and Eric. We're here every Friday night. James, how can people get in touch with us if they want to contact us?
StrangeThingsRadio@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Strange Things Radio, and coming soon, the revamped, hopefully soon, StrangeThingsRadio.com.
All right, folks. We'll be right back. Go get your snackage and drinkage. We got another hour of the show, so we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Strange Things Radio. 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 Strange Things Radio.
Fox News Radio, I'm Kathleen Maloney. Ousted FBI Director James Comey is ready to tell his side of the story concerning claims that President Trump may have pressured him to shut down his investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election.
Comey has now revealed that he will, in fact, testify publicly before the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. The Republican chairman of that committee, Richard Burr, says that he believes this could go a long way towards clarifying some of the recent events that have caused so much heartburn for the White House. Comey, though, has not agreed to talk until after Memorial Day.
Fox's Ed Henry. New reports surfacing about Comey and the Russia probe.
A New York Times report indicates President Trump called fired FBI Director James Comey a nut job during an Oval Office meeting with Russian officials, saying the firing relieved great pressure. The newspaper cites a White House official written account. Press Secretary Sean Spicer says grandstanding and politicizing the investigation did create unnecessary pressure and says the termination of Comey has not ended an investigation.
Fox's Jared Halpern, and the Washington Post is reporting that a senior White House advisor is a person of interest in the Russia probe. That advisor isn't named but is described as someone close to the president. Health officials have traced the source of food poisoning that has sickened several people who bought cheese sauce at a gas station in Sacramento County, California.
Prince's sister Tyka and 5 half-siblings were declared heirs.
From the preliminary testing of the cheese,
it was positive for botulism.
Health Inspector Dr. Olivia Kassiri. There are 5 confirmed cases of botulism and 5 possible cases. Health officials fear additional ones could turn up in the coming days. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced. Another
Statement that a man who caused a disturbance on board the flight has been detained. The FBI boarded the aircraft and took the man off in handcuffs. Nico Melendez is a spokesman for the TSA.
There was a passenger on board who made motion toward the cockpit that alarmed a flight attendant. The flight attendant, along with a off-duty law enforcement officer, took action, subdued the passenger, took him to the back of the aircraft.
This is apparently the same man who earlier in the day at LAX apparently opened a door inside the airport that he wasn't supposed to, and that alerted authorities. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
An American Airlines flight from Charlotte to Hartford, Connecticut made an unscheduled landing at Raleigh-Durham Airport after a strong electrical odor was detected on board. A maintenance crew is checking it out. A judge decides who will share a late star's $200 million estate.
Prince's sister Tyka and 5 half-siblings were declared heirs to the rock superstar's estate. The Carver County District Judge Kevin Eide saying publicly that Prince died without a will, noting his assets won't be distributed without a formal court order and that nothing will be distributed that might adversely affect the claims of those with pending appeals. There are people who filed appeals after their claims of heirship were rejected. Eide says that if the appellate courts send those cases back to him, he will still fully consider them.
Fox's Michelle Polino. A controversial idea from a task force on how to deal with Philadelphia's opioid epidemic. It recommends allowing safe sites in the city where drug users could inject heroin. That's been tried successfully in Vancouver, Connecticut, Canada, and other places, but a spokesman for the mayor says there are serious legal, practical, and law enforcement issues to consider before setting up safe drug injection sites in Philly. I'm Kathleen Maloney, Fox News Radio.
Always strange on a Friday night. Hello, folks. Those of you that are hanging out with us for a second hour, we're going to be here till 12 o'clock straight up midnight. And so hang out. I hope you got some snackage and some drinky poo, and you're going to sit there and hang out. So everybody that's still there, glad you're there, ready to rock. I love my new job. I really love the new job. I'm quite impressed with the technology. It's your typical technology. It's a plethora of, do you like 10? Do you like 10? 10. Windows 10, dude.
Oh, Windows 10. Sorry.
See, now that you're making the big bucks in frickin' real estate, you don't even want to talk about technology.
Yeah, it's all crap anyways.
Because
you know what? It's all about Google taking over the world.
Well, that's already happened, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Google is like, what do they say? Google it. Google it. So they're here to stay. But in terms of the technology, it's just amazing. At work, most of the machines are 7. You got a sprinkling of 8, which I despise, and then you have 10, which is okay. It's just I'm still trying to. I don't understand why. instead of computer, it's my PC. Come on, give me a break. Keep computer. What the hell, man? It was like, well, we got to justify this. They're giving the damn OS out for free anyway. So I don't know who the hell is paying for 10. But I think it's all going to go to 10. And, remember we used to sit there and I remember when XP okay, I mean, the first time I saw XP, Hauser brought his machine in. It was XP. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then XP stayed, I was like, okay, XP. And got used to XP. And then all of a sudden, this thing called Windows 7 came out, and I'm like, okay, Windows 7. I was so accustomed to XP and loved XP. Wait, and Eric at work putting bugs communication devices in my. Shut up, CC, you freaking troublemaker! Oh man, no, I'm just saying. But the thing is, I'm so impressed. I'm not going to talk about the software. I'm not going to talk about, but we have this screen now in our office. It's a huge, huge screen, a high def, and it's been called now, we've laid Big Brother, because we can see every single thing done on the network at that moment. People are sitting there doing, we can tell you who's on Facebook, who's streaming, Pandora, who's on this site. We can actually pull and look at their machine and look at the damn screenshot of what they're doing, and it's just amazing. And I don't think the rumors get around. I remember with my last job, DE, we're like, well, they're recording every keystroke, so just be careful. And people are like, I don't give a rat's ass, And we're like, yeah, what can they do? Guess what? Oh my gosh, real time. Let's look at Joe Smith. This is the IP. His computer's been assigned. This is his computer name. This is the IP let's just see what he's looking at now. Click, 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 click. Boom. We can see exactly what he's doing. When I think of technology like that, we call it Big Brother. It's Big Brother. So it's very intrusive, all right? But when you're on the company network, you really have no rights, right? You're there to do company work.
Right.
And what about
your personal life?
Well, that was the next thing. All right. And this is the thing. All right. Remember you used to talk about Facebook, how you would check something out and then all of a sudden, based upon your browsing or what you opened up, you started to get unsolicited ads and things. I remember one day you were like, Eric, I can't believe this is what's going on. How are they? It was so intuitive. And I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. And all of a sudden, they were This is the scary part. Right now, you have cable TV, okay? You have your laptops. You have your cell phones. You have everything. All right. That's the ultimate Big Brother. They know where you are. So if they want to find out about James Hauser, you're in a database right now, James Hauser, or whoever is on the bill. If the U.S. government wanted to find out,
James Hauser's paying my bill.
Thanks, did I say James Hauser?
You did.
I meant James Riggs, dude.
Thanks.
I'm so freaking
thanks,
punchy
James.
right now.
I didn't realize you were paying my bill. I appreciate that, buddy.
I meant James.
Kudos
Riggs.
to James.
Oh man, come on now. All right, I'm a little punchy. All right, I need to get some sleep. I'm tired. But the thing is they know where James Riggs is. They know who you are. So who's to say that the government can't spy on you? Remember, we had this discussion about a camera in TVs.
But here's the question:
have you been watching the news?
Why would you want to? Why would the government spy on you? What benefits them? What is the United States' big claim to fame?
I don't know.
The almighty dollar.
Well, yeah, that's a given. That's obvious.
But that's where Big Brother's going. That's where Big Brother is. Think about it. So when you're driving, especially now that I do a lot of driving, I look at I Google my map. I look at it and it tells me I'm an hour and 45 minutes away.
Dude, I live on that thing now, man.
So, and I look at it and there's this red spot.
Yeah.
Between,
it's like a little red balloon.
Yeah. Oh, actually, just, when you're looking at the streets.
Your exit is in 2.7 miles.
But then it tells you there's a little red spot. Why? Because that's where traffic's heavy. Now, how are they getting true time information?
Isn't that amazing? How
that fast within minutes? I'm like, oh look, it's turning red. Boom, it's red.
Here's the thing. Do you suppose that everybody has GPS enabled on their devices.
Yep.
So they can somehow determine that there's a bunching of these devices together, and that's why they come up with. I always wondered that as well, how that works.
I think you're on the right path. They see a slowdown. All of a sudden, everyone's doing 70. Everyone's doing 25. Oh my goodness! And literally, it would say, "Oh my god, all these devices are doing 25 miles an hour in this area." You've zoomed in. You're part of the. Now, all of a sudden, you're in the middle of it. You're part of the group.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, anyone else who's pulling up the Google map is like, "Oh, I'm stuck."
But you don't think it's just Google Map? Do you think it's Google Map that finds that information?
I think it's just Google altogether. If you have an Android, it's pulling across, and I think the same thing with Apple.
All right. I would like to get Hauser's opinion because he's a very smart individual. He's really into security. James, are we off on this? See, it kind of bothers me. Okay, I can see the benefit of being able to determine that and say, okay, well, on I-4, between this exit and this exit, there's a bunching of traffic, possible accident, whatever.
Well, I mean, that's the positive side of this
That's
whole.
the positive. But
what's the negative
Here's
side?
the negative. The government.
I'm not even worried.
Dude, I'm thinking a dictatorship. I'm thinking, a communist country.
But honestly, I think it's big. I keep saying almost big brother because we're so used to saying big government, big brother. I think it's big business.
See, look at Kat. Isn't Google search considered AI?
Yeah, it actually is. Did you just hear that ring?
No, dude. Don't get me freaking.
No,
Come on.
no.
I heard a ring. Yes, I heard a ring.
But that's not anything.
Was that your cell phone?
No, my cell phone doesn't ring like that.
All right. It wasn't mine. I have no idea. Oh, my gosh. Well, this is the thing. This is Big Brother saying, Eric, I'm going to get your ass when you get on 75.
So I really think it's big. Here's the thing. Who are the biggest companies out there? And what's important about your data?
Oh, my gosh. We'll say Microsoft. We'll say
Google,
IBM, Google, Cisco.
Amazon.
Because Cisco is, sure you have Palo Alto, but it's just Cisco. I mean, I'd say Cisco's the king, and everything depends on a router. So I'd say Cisco's one of them.
Right. But the question is why do they want to monitor us so much? To get dollars. Everything's about money. So, look at Echo. What is Echo? Echo is a pseudo-artificial intelligent device.
Dude, listen.
What?
Let's just say you pick up a hot chick, all right? You bring her home and you have that Echo thing there. And let's just say, you're kind of enjoying watch company and you're very vocal. Could you imagine? And all of a sudden it starts playing down, 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 down. I wouldn't bring one of those things into my house. I'm sorry, I won't.
Well, we talked about.
Would you?
We talked about making the third mic on the show.
Yeah.
Literally, we're thinking about. All right, Google, and start seeing what this says.
See, and Kat's right. Monitor, see buying trends, make profit, greed. Yeah.
She's right. That's where Big Brother is.
Gosh, look at every socialist nation on the face of the planet, and they are dying right now. Every time people say greed, it's somehow associated with capitalism. Capitalism is what built this nation. So there's nothing wrong with capitalism.
Well, she didn't say capitalism. She said
but
greed.
Greed is.
Right,
wait, no. She said make profit.
That's fine.
Okay, that's capitalism, and then greed. People use greed as, that's the bad thing about capitalism. Well, wait, hold on. Daddy Longlegs are the most poisonous spider in the U.S. Just can't inject your fangs too small. Well, Puddles, why didn't you bring that back about 45 minutes ago, man?
So
look at did you see what she did? The most poisonous spider in the U.S., but they just can't inject their fangs that they're too small. Wuddles, why didn't you? I would have loved to have been able to bring that up, man. I always thought Daddy Longlegs, you don't kill them because they kill other spiders. That was me.
Huh.
Yeah.
Never know.
And look at Fred's like, true, Wuddles, true. Yeah, but why didn't you let us know earlier, man? I think what it is, don't take the Valium after the show. After the show. All right, because we depend on you. We love you, Strangelings. James, what is it with you sometimes? When I sit there and say, you look at me like, What the hell are you talking about, man?
Well, we were talking about
We were
talking about AI. We went back to spiders.
Well, because I looked in the chat room, and that's what Waddle said. And I was
what
like,
did we say about looking at the chat room?
all right, I can't help it because I love my peeps, man. I hate that term. Don't you hate
Peeps?
that term?
Every time
I
you
love
say
my
peeps, I little think those little blue.
Yeah. Oh, the little. We talked about this at Easter. Oh my God, I'm gonna freaking vomit, man. Those things are horrible, dude. Horrible.
So
look at Fred, Bigfoot. You Fred. Where? Yeah.
So greed is one of the 7 deadliest sins.
Yeah.
Pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth.
Remember when we talked about what it's going to be like 5 or 10 years from now?
Oh,
Okay,
it's
5 or
going
10
to be.
I cannot imagine how they'll use. I mean, I honestly think that at some point in time they'll use technology in an evil way. A dictator. Look at this Kim Jong-un. This guy
But
is
the
a
problem-
freaking nut job.
Right, but now see, he has control. In America, you're not going to have the government control like that. What you are going to have, think about right now. If you're, this only goes on, what is slavery in America now?
What is slavery? Well, we're enslaved to the almighty dollar. Without the dollar, we can't live.
So we are going to be enslaved. It was no different than a dictatorship.
Through economics.
Yeah, and part of that is them. Constantly sowing us.
Unless you were able to do Naked and Afraid. Did you like it?
Yeah, see that's pretty good. And the only reason they're doing that, they're making the bucks to do that. They're making. I think if they lasted, they get like 50 or 100 grand or something.
Oh gosh, look at Joe. Just stop. Look at what Joe said.
Oh, see, I can't sing that song.
One EMP and all this tech stops.
Thank you, Joe. You're up.
He is so absolutely right, man. Why do I feel like we're going to go?
Strange Things Radio.
Sorry, folks. That was a quick little break.
All right, folks. All right, you didn't get enough big enough nap.
I didn't
folks.
get any nap.
He just brought the volume down so he could sing a Hall & Oates song. Are you freaking kidding me, man?
I'm sorry.
Hey, we can
I don't want to violate any rules. So.
He pulls it down so he can start singing "Man-Eater" by Hall & Oates.
But EMP eater.
You're so good. Oh my God, dude. I mean, I am in awe. Listen, when I sit there and listen back to the show to kind of say, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to cut this, we got to cut that. I'm going to sit there and go, dude, they think we're doing bongs in between these freaking on these breaks, man, because we are so freaking out there, dude. You know what? Listen,
I'm sorry,
do you embrace this though? I mean, we are Strange Things Radio. Is it the strange content or the strange hosts? What the hell is it, man?
It's a fine balance of both.
I guess, man. You mean the yin and the yang?
Yeah.
All right.
And
Wasn't
I'm pulling
sure,
my
man.
yang so you can pull your yin. I don't know.
Okay. See? Now, if you're going to ding someone, ding his ass. He's the one that's off at frickin' Lululand. And he really didn't look. That reflux is good. Fred is great.
You know it.
James, you realize that we attract strange people. That's why they're strangelings. What?
Sing something again.
Oh, don't.
Okay.
I mean, you realize that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I love reading the strangelings and their comments. They're just as frick as nuts as we are, man. They're just as nuts as we are. And the thing is, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, you know, the one thing about Para-X, they have a plethora of extremely knowledgeable people.
We're just not one of them.
We're just not, man. So they're like, all right, you know, because we believe in, you know, giving everybody a chance, these two special needs individuals, we're going to give them a show on Friday night. Who's going to be listening on a Friday night, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be out partying. So, but, you know, the people that do show up and do listen to the show, they're just as nuts as we are. So, back to Big Brother and AI and things of that nature. This is the thing about...
I think Apple had it right when they did the commercial back in '84.
Oh, with the Big Brother guy?
And
the Orwellian,
the girl that was running through the,
I remember that, man.
And it was a big,
and
a big
everybody
commercial.
thought, "Oh, give us a break."
Yeah.
They
nailed it.
My gosh.
I mean, yeah.
If only they freaking knew. If only they freaking knew, man. I mean, it's a scary thing. I mean, and I'm not going to sit there and go off on the Antichrist, but buddy, you're going to have ultimate control. All right, let's look back to World War II and Nazi Germany. Hitler controlled the nation of Germany. All right, you had the military, you had the brown shirts, you had all the organizations, you had the Nazi youth, you had all the the political party. Can you imagine taking that scenario, that nation, and putting it smack dab in today's technology, and how they would use cell phones, how they would use the RFID chip under the skin? I mean, 5 years down the road, they're going to perfect that point to the point where, and James, this comes back to this. What if someone, and this is the ultimate big brother, what if they sat there and said, James, to protect you and your family, to protect Jennifer, to protect the 2 kids, to protect the 3 kids, we are going to require an RFID underneath the chip. It's not
actually. I think here's the thing. I don't think that's going to work for the one reason.
Oh,
but
dude, they're doing it already, man.
But there's too much of a backlash. Too many, honestly. Like, oh my goodness, that's the end of the times. We're done. But what would be next to close to an RFID chip that people would and have already accepted?
Oh, a card. Or their phone, their cell
Closer.
phone. It's funny that you said, a wristband?
Remember all the smartwatches, all the Fitbits. People are used to putting those on. So think about it. If you put that on.
Yeah, but what if it's mandatory? You could, and you don't want to. You want to take that Fitbit off. Let's just say there's a device that you could put on your arm, and the government can track you. All right, maybe.
But it's not government. I'm telling you,
it's going to have to be government, James. No, because what if they mandate it's required, and if you don't do it, you cannot participate in the economy?
Well, here's another force factor.
You just said we're slaves of the economy, did you not?
Yes. So think about it. If we're slaves to the economy, who's a jailer?
The government.
No, the government doesn't pay you. Who pays you?
Did you say the jailer?
Yeah. If we're slaves.
Okay.
Who's your slave master? That's a better way of putting it.
Okay, those entities that I purchase goods and services from.
So if you can't purchase goods and services,
who gives them the mandate?
No one. It doesn't need to be. Okay, I got an idea for you.
You don't want to go there. You don't. You just simply don't want to go there.
So do you carry cash on you?
Hardly. I mean, I might have maybe $9 in cash in my wallet right now.
I don't even have that much. I have nothing I have nothing but cards. And on my phone, I have the little Google, the little pay.
Funny you said that. When I was in line, I saw somebody in front. It's just the guy stuck a wand out the drive-through. The guy put up his phone. Done.
Now
that's
your slave. That's your slave master. Because think about it. The government doesn't need you to tell you have to do this because you can't buy goods. The marketplace will do it for them.
Okay.
So think about it. So if you go, I want to go get some, I want to go run to the store. Oh, sorry, sir. We're not taking cash anymore. We've decided not to take cash. Oh, how do I pay this?
You know that's on the horizon, right?
And they're going to go.
That was one of those strange things in the news I wanted to send you. More and more countries are seeing the benefits, the cost benefits of not working with cash. Everything can be digital. Everything.
Yeah. And that's your slave master. Because think about it. They're going to well, right now we are not doing cash right now. Do you have a card on you? And then the next step is, well, this bank is going to give you a 0.5 point higher interest rate on your money in the bank if you don't use the card. Remember, there's
you mean cash?
I don't know. If the next step after not using cash is to go, well, how are you going to get your money? Well, through a card. Well, we decided Allied Bank is an internet bank. You don't see an Allied that's all internet based.
Right.
Right. So the next step is, well, we decided to save money for you, customer. We're not going to issue cards anymore. We're going to issue this secured app for your phone. This is the only way you can pay through your bank is through this. And if you do that, we'll give you 0.5 point higher. Well, shoot, 0.5 point higher. Let's make a little extra money for doing something I already do. That gets everyone off the card. Now, what's next after the app on the phone? I hate carrying my phone.
You don't even want to take it. You don't want to go. Are you going to go there?
Boom.
Why?
Right on your wrist.
You can take that off your wrist.
Right.
Something
But your
permanent. Something permanent.
That's the next stage.
Which is under the skin, the RFID.
A permanent mark on you.
Does it have to be a mark, or can it be? Why not a chip?
Because that's too evasive. I would never let someone go underneath it. But 50 years from now, when me and you are...
Buddy, they're doing it already. We're going in that direction.
But
if you Google, right now, if you were to pick up your phone or go to a computer and you sit there and Google RFID, yeah, they do it. They do chip animals. And it works like a charm, does it not?
But see,
wait, hold on. So the next step would be inserting. If you were to insert RFID chips under the skin, you will get lost. You will get lost in it.
No, right now, I guarantee if we do the survey of everyone listening to our show, would anyone in our listening audience right now allow someone to put a chip in you?
All right, we just asked that. I want to see people. Would you allow a chip? Come on, man. I want to see it. Would you allow a chip underneath your skin?
I guarantee you, even...
So
Fred?
All right, Fred said no. He's not doing it. So let's see, come on, people. Come on. This is interactive, man. I want to see it. Fred won't. I wouldn't either. But if it's mandatory...
It won't be.
How...
Why
man.
do you need to control someone?
Why do you? All right. Do you have to have a driver's license to drive? And if you get pulled over without a driver's license, can you go to jail or can you be fined? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have to have?
And why is that?
That's government mandated.
Why?
Because the government said that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do.
But the problem is you need a why. And you know an answer to that why.
Yeah, in a democracy. But in a dictatorship, or a communist country, or a socialist company, and the government says, "Sorry,
certain countries,
or without insurance, or without what is that? Insurance? Yeah, you got to have insurance." Mm-hmm. So what if they say, "You either take this or you can't buy. We're sorry." I can see the logical progression: cash, credit card, phone, this phone app, maybe even a Fitbit type device but those can be stolen if you're robbed, all right? But a chip under the arm or on the forehead, a thief can't do that unless they take your hand or they...
Now, here's the next thing. Here's how I can see how, ready? The government won't force you. The insurance company. Now, think about this. They have a new device that's going to monitor your health. Like me and you are both diabetic.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens when your insulin runs out?
Not a good thing.
Do you have to reorder it?
Oh, yeah.
So do I. I have to re-up my...
Dude, are we going to go through the 12 o'clock? You want to stay on the roll? Let's just roll with it. Because,
It's up to you.
All right, folks, we're going to just keep rolling. So, yes,
so
I have to re-up my insulin. Yes.
So what happens if you say, "Hey, Eric, we're going to give you this wristband at first. It's going to go around your wrist and monitor your blood sugar level, your heart level, your vitals." They're going to notice, okay, you're taking your injections. Oh, look, he's 2 units away from being running out. Boop, instant order. 2 days later, pop, right in your front door. Hey, look, my insulin, great.
That's how they're going to sell it, James. That's how they're going to sell it.
And they're going to say, if you want health insurance, you have to take this piece and put it on your wrist. They won't. I mean, we're talking next 10 years. Then at that point...
I think it's going to be before 10 years.
So then from that point, they were going to say, you know what, though? This bit, it can come off, it can break, it can wear out. We have a new thing. All you have to do is literally put it on your wrist. It melts in. And automatically, and then you sync it up to your phone. It's funny thing. So today, my wife and I traded cars. So she threw the keys in the front seat and then my cell phone next to it. I jump in the car real quick. I'm like, where are the keys? I find my phone. I'll find my phone faster than I find the keys. And I'm like, okay, found the phone. Where's the keys? Where's the keys? People will lose their wallet, the keys, their mind before they'll lose their phone.
Oh, please. Well, because the phone is your life, man.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Everybody and for the most part, everybody has a phone now. It's your connection to the world.
Yeah. So they say, this is not gonna be surgically installed. It's you put it on your wrist, they warm it up, and somehow it melts into your wrist. Now that little thing can monitor your blood sugar level, your heart level, your cancer level, whatever it wants to monitor to your phone.
Dude, it's got to be more than just a tattoo or something like. It's got to be something physical, literally a chip.
Why?
Because a chip is more powerful.
No, that's what you're thinking now. But I'm talking about 10 years.
All right. Do you think that at some point in time, all right, it would be look at the benefits of being able to track people. They already track you on the phone.
Right.
How about just require at birth, put a chip in? Or the rationale is if you do, like, we're not going to force you to have a chip. We're not going to force you to have a chip.
Right.
But if you want to buy goods, if you want to hold a job, if you want to have a mortgage, if you want to do this, anything where you pay for something with goods and services, you will not be allowed to do it without the chip.
Right.
And you're
the government won't say that?
Buddy, do you understand? The masses could be against it. But if you get enough representatives, if you get enough senators, and you get a president that'll sign off on it, let's say it sweeps Europe. Let's say Europe goes for this. Let's say China goes for this. Let's say Russia goes for this. All the other nations of the world go for this and use this only based on the benefits of using such a system.
Right.
Because if you look at it, well, I mean, come on.
Listen,
put a chip under somebody.
There'll
There'll never be another kidnapping. You'll never lose another child. There'll never
here's
be.
The problem.
I mean, look.
Here's the problem with that. There is a problem with that. Government never initiates; they only follow. I mean, think about the hacking.
So you're saying the origin is going to be from companies?
Yeah, they're going to go and say, "Hey, Mr. Government, we have a way that we can now feel that we can literally give every person in America great health insurance for $100 a month." Well, how's that, Mr. Insurance Company? We have a device now that will sink into the skin. We've already tested it in Europe, and they have it over here. It's now
a tattoo is not going to process information.
No. I'm not talking about tattoo. I'm talking like nano.
An RFID.
No. That's too slow and hard.
How, man? It's the size of a freaking grain of rice,
That's still
man.
Too big.
That's too big.
That's too
James, have you ever seen a grain of rice?
I know. It's still too big.
Here's
the problem.
All right.
They're going to get to more nanobites. My brother's been talking about this to me. They're working on nanos, that literally can go between the skins and be held there. They can then transmit the data within themselves. And at that point, they're like, listen, if people want great insurance, because people are like, oh, man, I paid $300 a month. For $100 a month.
$300. Where are you buying your insurance?
Mine would be like $350 a month. How much
Some
do you
people
pay?
are paying close to $1,000 with Obamacare.
There we go.
Yeah.
So the thing is they're going to go, oh man, for $100. First, it's going to start off a Fitbit type style. Now, remember, me and you will fight against anything doing that. But remember, the new generation. Look at all the people doing selfies. Gosh. I know. I think I've got one picture of me and the dog.
20 years, those young kids are going to be adult decision makers.
Right. And they're going to be like, well, we don't see a problem. And, okay, you're going to laugh. So yesterday, I was sewing a home up in Zephyr Hills. It was 1976. That was the year it built. They've never changed anything in the house. There's a phone on the wall.
I would keep it. Wouldn't you keep it?
It was yellow with one of those 25-foot wrap cords.
Oh, my gosh.
They had brought a little girl with them. They were doing foster care. And she goes, what's that? And the lady goes, oh, that's a phone. So she pulls it off the wall, hands it to her, and she looks at it, and she goes, how do I dial this? She goes, there's no screen.
Was it rotary?
No, it was a punch button one. But she's like, where's the screen? She goes, you don't do screens. The button. She's like, well, how do you talk on it? And she's like this, and she's like, she couldn't understand. She was 8 years old.
I just had a Back to the Future 2 baby. Oh, that's a baby's toy. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
Dude, I would love a house like that, man. I would love retro stuff. But I see what you're saying, James.
So right now, me and you wouldn't do it because we're too afraid of that technology.
But the youth today, they would be like, wow,
yeah. So
love it.
The 10-year-old who's going to be 45, who, remember, they've been ingrained about making sure you're healthy, your insurance policy.
35 years from now, James? Do you think it's going to take 35 years?
Yeah.
You even talk about how quickly knowledge can...
Right, but I'm talking about the wristband, 10 years. But I'm talking about actually some kind of injectable, some kind of stuff in your skin.
Dude, you know there's a movement for the injectable chip.
Right, but the problem is the chip is too volatile for the system. In other words...
What do you mean it's volatile?
The body won't listen. We can barely get.
It does not reject it. It doesn't affect anything. And I think they've developed technology to the point where your own body provides the power. You don't need to, and it emits enough power. We've talked about this.
Possibly.
You get enough cell phone towers everywhere, right there, or satellite. Now, I don't know if a chip would be powerful enough to be able to see a signal. Who knows? I don't know
that's
the future.
The satellites is the backbone
of the cell towers,
right? And then they get fed, and it just steps down. It just keeps, and because right now everyone's got 4G and 4G LTE, but they're going to 5G and 6G to the point where people go, "Oh yeah, we get 100 gigs a month from our." Remember when 1 gig?
Oh, I know.
Was like
it was sick.
You're
and crazy. It was expensive too.
So they
well, remember T1s?
Yeah.
Not
the robot from
No, yeah. And fractional T3s. Come on. I mean, that's everything now is fiber. You get fiber now to your house.
Yeah.
I mean,
and if you don't have 100 megabits per second on your house, you're like, oh my goodness.
Covered wagon.
Yeah, exactly. So the bandwidth. So there's a new movie. Have you seen The Circle? I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it. It's about.
Is that with Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
And
they control a company that's gathering all this information from people. Why are they gathering that information from people? So this movie is a scary movie, but it breaks the premise.
How do they gather it?
Oh, and they're watching people. Where are you walking? Where are you eating? Just like, remember last Saturday? What happened last Saturday? I went to the Clearwater, and I said,
the aquarium.
The aquarium, and I go, oh yeah, I'll check in. Boom. Well, guess what? You knew I went there. Everyone's like, oh, great. I mean, my brother knew it. So everyone all of a sudden knows I'm at the aquarium looking at
But that's
dolphins.
because you checked in.
Right. But what happened if you didn't check in? What happened if it checks you in?
Oh, it's not voluntary. It just happens.
At first they will say, people are like, I don't want to do that. But they're like, well, we'll give you an extra coin to allow to turn that on. You can then save your points to buy stuff. And all of a sudden it becomes a habit. Like, oh, yeah, I guess so. And then they stop doing the programming, but you're still automatically checking in because you left it on. Like, I remember when people go, oh, I turn off my GPS no matter what. Who turns off their GPS now? No one.
Yeah, that's true.
No one turns that off.
I kind of do it because I'm like, I don't want people to know where the hell I am. Especially in Facebook. If you sit there and if you turn your GPS every time you make a post, it says Bradenton, Florida. So, but I think people are getting hip to that. And I think generally people like their privacy. But James, I mean, it's just, I see how we are you say we're slaves to economics.
Yeah. And that's where
I agree. What the hell is that?
I don't know. Something's.
We're not touching nothing. I don't know.
I'm just not seeing the boards.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Big Brother hears us, man. We're gonna have Men in Black show up at the door. You know. So, but this is the thing with that, James. Government is at the root of everything. It could be argued positive and evil. It all depends on the intent of the government and the type of intent. So if you have a dictator, and it doesn't matter.
Well, I don't think America's ever going to go to a dictator.
If it's Vladimir Putin, if it's Kim Jong-un, whoever, all right, if it's the Ayatollahs, right? If the government says, do this, you're going to have to do it. And if it gets to the point where the government says, all right, because you got to admit, a lot of these politicians, it might be a government by the people, but it's not. The government isn't really doing the will of the people. They decide what they want to do. And if they say, we know better than the masses, and this system will, the benefits outweigh the negatives. Sure, you're going to give up privacy.
No, I agree
but
there.
The
benefits are for the okay.
So then you say, okay, what's the delivery system? What's the most powerful delivery system? And I personally believe it's an RFID chip. They could sit there and say, okay, by June 1st, everybody needs to go to their just like election polling stations. You go to the police department, you go to a hospital, you have to have this implanted in your skin so we know where you are and who you are to benefit you because we love you, we care about you. And oh, by the way, those that don't want to participate in the system, well, then you can't participate in the economy. That's where they'll get you. That's where they'll strangle you. That's where they'll force you to get into it. Because listen, there are a lot of people that know Scripture. Right? They see that as the Antichrist system. So there are going to be a lot of people that say, absolutely not, I'm not going to do it. So I'm not saying, but then you're going to have, then a month, maybe a week, 2 weeks after, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, when you're starving and you...
Well, see, I think the problem there is that's too evasive for America. I mean, honestly, there's enough left people, enough right people that that's too aggressive for America right now.
I think the left would invite it with open arms.
No,
because the left believes that the government is the end all to all.
No, there's a lot of left people who are far, far left who are so far against the government because they're always polluting the world. I call them tree huggers. They're so against the government in that aspect that they're like, listen, I don't want the government, doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this. But then you have the right who are too far right, who are like, listen, the Bible says it was the end of times. It's the people in the middle that will get into it. Just to the politicians. Thanks, Joe. I just think it's going to be Big Brother is business. And I do agree with one thing. When you said that the government will force it, what's going to happen is who pays the government?
Well, the government runs by the tax base.
No, it does not.
It doesn't?
No. The government's run by donations to the politicians who get elected.
All right. So clarify. The government actually runs on the tax base. The politicians, the political parties, those individuals, how they fund their candidacy, their all their political activities, that goes through political donors.
And then who votes for stuff into bills? Yeah. Politicians.
Yes.
So who's really running the government?
The politicians.
Who are run by
donate. Well, why do you think Donald Trump was so successful? Because he went, remember the swamp and the political donors and all this? That's what he ran against. Right. And now look at how Washington, the deep state, the media, they're trying to destroy the man. Russian collusion. No, I know. I'm just saying. So
for the majority,
yes,
it is controlled by big
donors. Without a doubt, man. And the almighty dollar.
Who's the biggest controlling factor of those big countries?
I have no idea, man.
Koch brothers.
Well, what about George Soros?
George Soros too.
Okay, so
there's lots of different factions.
Power brokers, absolutely.
Power brokers.
Yep.
And if they find something that they want, if there's something that Google's doing or Amazon, do you know that Amazon has yet to turn a profit?
It has?
Nope. Never turned a profit.
And would you say that Amazon is probably controlling the majority of online purchases?
Controlling it. They own it. They own it. I mean, Walmart can't even beat Amazon.
What about Wayfair?
I watch CNBC News all day, and so I listen.
That's your problem, James. You need to get in tune with the real purveyors of truth, Fox and the Drudge Report.
Please.
So please. Look at more static. Maybe Eric's company has already cleared.
Crap, did I already get chipped?
No.
Someone chipped me last night.
I felt that sting when I was sitting on the toilet.
So what I'm saying is that's why I believe that companies will really be the big brother. They'll use the government as their pawns, but they're looking.
Okay, maybe the United States. I'm talking about a worldwide system,
right? And I can see definitely countries.
Do you know the benefits, man? The benefits of a worldwide system like that, or a worldwide currency. China can't manipulate their currency anymore. That's why I always thought it would be Bitcoin. I thought Bitcoin would eventually be... First I thought it was the euro, and I don't think it's going to be the euro now. I thought maybe Bitcoin because it's digital currency.
And guess what Bitcoin's at right now? $1,800.
$1,800 what?
per Bitcoin. It was down as low as 400. Now it's up to 1,800 per Bitcoin.
See, how could you use Bitcoin then as a currency if the value for a single Bitcoin is $1,800? You need smaller denominations, don't you?
Yeah, you can do a half a Bitcoin, a quarter Bitcoin. You can do different things.
That's confusing, though, bro.
I know, and it's not in its infancy right now. So I think, but it's going.
Is it
that way.
infancy? My gosh, we've been talking about Bitcoin for 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, but how long have we had cash in America?
Okay,
hundreds.
Yeah.
I mean, look how long it took for them to get really their.
Have you taken the time to actually go and Google cash nations dumping cash for? Dude, it's a phenomenon. The benefits of not using cash are enormous.
Oh yeah, I read an article 5-6 years ago that said that if America dumped cash, you could almost 25% of all crime would dry up. I mean, that which means saves money imprisoning people.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not that part, but yeah, I mean, the crime itself would go away because there's no access. The ability, it would change.
There's no value, monetary item value in an item you could steal from somebody.
Well, drug dealing, under the table type stuff stops, so it's harder to
black
do
market.
Yeah. So I read that, and then we spend billions of dollars every year for the mint,
or just maintenance.
Right.
Look at banks.
Do you know how much it costs to make a penny?
I have no idea.
2.1 cents. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, look it up.
2.1 cents to make a penny.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yep.
That's just absolutely sick. It's almost kind of laughable, but when you think about it, it's not really,
it's sad.
It's not funny.
I mean, and to keep all
it's
those.
It's a sad thing.
If they got rid of the mint, they could save billions of dollars a year.
Look at banks, how much money.
And all those people sitting there counting money. I mean, the productivity, having to take the money.
Cash, checks, all digital. All digital.
Yeah. I don't have a checkbook for my
I have
bank.
a checkbook. I don't use it very often.
Who does?
I didn't. Yeah. I mean, hold on. CC, of course, CC's Mutual of Orlando's Wild Kingdom. While we wait for the tranquilizer to take effect on Eric, let's hear a word from our. What?
Oh, we got a little too serious.
Are we getting too serious? I don't think so.
I think it'd be cool to go on serious.
Serious radio?
Yeah,
that'd be would be cool. But that's the thing. So government conspiracies, them infringing on your life, that's the ultimate infringement. Being able to listen in, being able to look. They listen to our conversations. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
I thought, didn't someone say that every single phone call for the most part is recorded? Has the capacity, the ability to be recorded? Now, I'm not necessarily saying hows, but being able to be recorded.
Yeah.
I mean, that's disgusting. That's the age that we live in. Could you imagine 10, 15, 20 years from now?
Oh, yeah.
Right? When I think back 10 years, look at how the progress, really, can you call it progress? I mean, it's a serious, sick situation, and I don't feel comfortable. When I look at my young niece and nephews, I just sit there and go, I can't imagine the world that you're going to inherit. I read somewhere an article that they were talking about a young person, a young child will probably never be able to drive a car. That at some point in time, they're learning how to physically drive a car will no longer be an option, will not be available to them.
So my question is, that's good though. When's the point where people stop writing?
Stop what?
Writing.
Writing? As in writing a letter or something?
Learning how to write.
Oh, well, please. You can, what's that software, Dragon? The software?
Yeah, Dragon Speak.
Speak. So you could sit there and just...
Well, I mean, even that. I mean, Google's got it all over. I mean...
Well, keyboard. Okay. Probably not too far off. I don't think they teach cursive anymore. Do you even know what I say when I say cursive? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you?
Well, me? Yeah, I know cursive.
I know people, but you ask young kids, cursive, what's cursive? You don't understand what cursive is? Oh, my gosh.
Well, why was cursive invented?
Well, I thought it was to the speed at which you can write cursive faster than you can print.
Right. So if you're not
That's
writing,
my opinion.
then why learn it?
That's true. That's true. Why learn it? You're right. But it's a skill. I hope we never get to
it's like learning how to fix a typewriter. Do Do you know how to fix a typewriter? I don't know how to fix a typewriter. I'll never learn how to
I
fix a
know,
typewriter.
but you know, there was a typewriter repairman not too long ago.
Now there's not.
Well, now it's getting to the point now with computers, you don't need a computer repair person.
It's amazing what else. I want the car that drives itself from Google. I can get drunk and sleep in the back.
Wuddles, you're not too far off. Really, you're not too far off.
I mean, think about that in the over in what's that place that the party Mardi Gras,
Louisiana,
New Orleans. Think about it. You go there and you party. You can't find your way home. Google, send me an Uber. Someone send me something. Bloop, don't put on my account.
But the thing is, Wuddles isn't too far off, man.
No.
I mean, if you have an automated car and you just get in.
All right, thanks, Sherry, for stopping by, listening.
Good night, Sherry. We'll be here next week. Don't forget, we're here every Friday night, 10 to 12 a.m. Yep. Keep plugging it. Eric can play in the back seat with his... Freddie, come on, man. We're not even past 12 o'clock. You know, to Cherry... No, it's Sherry. Mine's a mix, runs together, but only where it's needed. No 300. What in the hell is Cat talking about? See, folks, I have a problem where we can have a discussion about a topic, and I look over and I read can of SpaghettiOs heated in the microwave. I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with automated cars? Because the people in the chat room, they just get going and all of a sudden, cursive M. Yeah, I know how to write an M in cursive. It has 3 humps, remember?
Oh.
The N has 2 humps.
Right.
Yeah, so... I mean, it's just sad, man. I mean, it's, you got to learn. The things kids are being taught today. I mean, all right, you can debate that political norms in the country are changing where we're trying to erase history. I remember when history was a valuable part of an education. Now they're trying to change history. People don't want to know it, and it's sad. And I personally think that's conspiratorial. I mean, I think the government's behind that. I mean, they want everything to be so politically correct. They want to forget. They want to whitewash our history, but our history is our history. That's just the way it is. And, there's no way you're going to be able to change it. It'll be a sad day in America when you can't find out the true story of the Civil War or the Revolutionary War, or who was Patrick Henry, who said the British are coming, the British are coming. I mean, come on,
But why know that?
Because it's history, brother.
But you have only so much capacity in
your
head.
And you know what? Listen, bro, it is strange that it's being frowned upon now. Remember, in Nazi Germany, they took books and had book burnings.
But no one's right, because, again, I see what you're saying. But the point is Google will show you everything you need to know. But okay. I see your point, though, about one thing. Now you're relying on a machine to tell you something that happened in the past. Who controls that machine?
Boom.
Who controls that history?
The programmer.
Yeah.
The programmer.
Or
who inputs
AI.
that information.
And lately I've been reading a lot more about the fear of AI. Oh, thank you, Fred. You're right.
Dude, what are you talking about? Stephen Hawking's. It freaks him out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're all afraid of AI. And these are movers and shakers of technology, of thought. I mean, these are smart people that are afraid of AI. I mean, come on, man. With robots, I mean, I remember an old movie called Tobor the Great that was on Family Classics on WGN in Chicago. Nobody would remember this unless you were from Chicago. And it was about the scientist who developed a robot, okay, that there was a young boy who fell in love with Tobor, and they became friends, and there was some criminal element that wanted to steal Tobor, and they kidnapped the kid, and here comes Tobor to the rescue and saves the kid. I mean, it's so hokey, but it's just I don't know, man. James, you know what it is? It's called fatigue. It's called lack of sleep.
We never got into
NASA. We never did.
So the last few minutes here, maybe we'll tease up for next week. Is going to be T Fox, But see, folks, we were going to get into why NASA and the DOD landed a secret mini shuttle. It's the size
It's
of
unmanned.
It's unmanned. It's the size of a bus. They landed here in NASA.
What was its purpose?
They don't know.
What data was it collecting?
We don't know.
What was the whole purpose?
We don't know.
That's a sad thing, man.
And it's in orbit for 2 years.
Doesn't that kind of make you think, well, we don't know. Why do they have to keep it secret?
Yeah, and it's 2 years. And the only reason they said anything about it is because when it landed,
people had cameras.
It was a big because of
the sonic boom.
The
That's
sonic
right.
boom.
I forgot.
And people were like, what the heck? It rattled people around. 'Cause remember, it landed over there at Cape Canaveral. Well, then people
It did land in Canaveral?
That's where it.
I didn't know Canaveral had a runway.
For this
I knew
thing.
they had launch pads, but not runways.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why people were like, what the heck was that? So they had to bring out something like, oh, yeah, well, this is a little, it's always under government.
Yeah.
Secrecy,
whatever.
Government,
classified.
What do they call that? When they have something that's government, they can't say anything about it. It's for the security of the government, secret security.
National security.
National security, that's the word I'm looking for. So, yeah, we were going to get into that, but we got a little sidetracked as we always do around here.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, it's a lot of times it ends up being a train wreck. But you know what's cool? We get to hang out with
Fred.
we get to hang out
Frank
with the
said it's a
strangelings.
weather balloon.
It was a weather balloon. You know what that reference is, right?
Yeah.
Roswell.
Yeah.
All right, this is the thing. I love hanging out with you strangelings. We really love you, man. So we look forward to every Friday night. Now I'm seeing a correlation between whether I have a good week or a bad week based upon whether we've done the show. It's just this is my opportunity to hang out with our friends. You're all our friends, and we love you, and we look forward to seeing you, and we love interacting with you. So, and that's just one of the sweet things about doing the show. So, and that's one thing that we love about the show is we get to interact with you, and it's a beautiful thing. So, James, you want to go ahead and wrap that up?
We got 120 seconds.
You got 120 seconds? All right. Well, what can we talk about in 120 seconds? Well, how can people get in touch with us?
Okay.
Yeah. Talk to me.
We're going to stretch this out, aren't we?
We're going to stretch this out big time, man.
So it's strangethingsradio@gmail.com. Strange Things on Facebook. We're going to get better at that soon. I don't know. Trying to squeeze in between sewing homes and selling homes is strangethingsradio.com. It's not up yet. Once the new it goes live, we're going to have archives. We're going to have podcasts. When you go on the site, it's going to be playing one of the shows. You're also going to be able to download, again, another thing is the app. We're going to have an app for the phone.
Well, and plus people go to iHeartRadio and bring our shows down.
Right. You can do that too. So we're going to have different avenues where people can get old shows, new shows. But you can always hear us live here on Para X.
Yeah.
So I think that's it, really.
This is our home network, man. This is our home. So, even though a lot of times people are like, man, they're just the crazy neighbors we don't want to live next to. Right? Right?
Crazy neighbors.
Yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Next week, I think T. Fox is going to be coming on, so we're going to talk about some World War II stuff, some scary and spooky stories there. Then the week after that, we don't know.
Now, is he going to be narrating? Is he going to be like, we were walking the battlefields of World War II. All of a sudden, something came out and said, anybody want a sandwich? And, of course, I said, hell yeah, man. What do you got? We got a double quarter pounder with cheese. What happened? I think it's because we don't disagree. We just disagree without making it personal. Okay. All right.
So,
on that note.
He's just saying this. She really likes you. She loves the show. The fun thing about our show is Eric and I don't agree on things either. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't.
Wait, Kat, I just don't like you. I love you, Kat.
Oh,
you're so cool. And
she's a strangeling.
She's a strangeling. We're all strangelings. This whole world is strangelings. They just haven't gotten hip to our show.
So eventually, in the next 6 months, hopefully, maybe we can get some money up and do a few T-shirts. I still want to do the T-shirt thing,
dude. I think the T-shirt is a great idea. But we got to come up with a cool logo. And you know what? I don't think there's anybody else on the face of the planet that can come up with a cool logo but you, James.
Well, thank you.
All right, bro. Listen, we got to cut this off, folks. It's been fun hanging out with you. What do they say? We can all agree with Eric to be. What are you going to do? Folks, this is Strange Things Radio. We are here every Friday night from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m., and this is the place to be. We love hanging out with you. So, listen, have a great week, a great blessed week. Hope lots of success comes your way. And remember, Friday afternoon, wait, aren't I supposed to do some? Oh, yeah, those nut bags on Strange Things Radio. We're going to hang out. So, until then, be strange, stay strange, and James, tag it.
Stay strange, folks.
Strange Things Radio.